Hey, like my new ride? Yeah, no. This is my mother's lawnmower, and it's about 20 years old, and all in all, for the light in the ass thing that it is, this thing's still holding out pretty good. But there's a problem. Well, two problems. I discovered one when the PTO, the electric PTO in this, wouldn't engage. I see the wires are ripped out on it, and there's also a stationary part of it underneath there. I'll get to it. I'll show you later. That there's a slot in that stationary spot that's supposed to go over a bracket. I didn't see the bracket on this, but I only took a brief look at this. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to pull the deck off. Well, I'm going to pull the hood off, pull the deck off, get this thing stripped down. I was going to empty the fuel out of it and the oil too, but I don't think I'm going to have to. And I'm going to use that right there, chain hoist, to pick the front end of this up, because I'm going to attach it up here. That is a 2x12 rough cut. I hope she has enough ass to her to hold her. I think it will. This doesn't weigh very much, and I could probably swing off of that thing. So that thing holds me. I'm pretty sure it's going to hold this. All right, what I'm going to do is pull that apart and see what it is. Maybe that clutch can be fixed. I see the wires are pulled out of it. I don't know. What happened was it held it in place, that bracket, when you engage, disengage it, so that that one plate stays where it is stationary. And whatever, I don't know. If whether it broke, it's gone. I'll have to take a closer look. Like I said, it was quick. That no longer, that groove in that plate no longer straddled that, and it came out, and she whipped. She turned, and when it turned, it pulled the wires loose. And without the wires, the magnet doesn't work, and without that, it doesn't engage. Call it crude if you want to, but I had a piece of strap and had no way to connect it to the ends, and there might be a way to tie this that I just don't know about, but you see what I did there? Now I'm pretty sure that ain't gonna pull apart. I ran some metal roofing screws into these two blocks, and I'm pretty sure she'll have enough ass to hold on to her. Yep. Hope I got that the right length. I was gonna go this one and that one on both sides, but I don't think I'm gonna need it. I think this will get me. I think it'll get me. Get me, get me. I think the last thing we used this on was my old man's 78 Chevy. See, we'll give you a sneak peek under here. That's what I'm talking about. Hope this don't come down on me. All right. See this? I'm not supposed to do that. But, and these are definitely foobarred. So we'll check it out, see what we can get. I'll get you set up and get some tools around here, and I will probably, I don't know, block this up somehow. Not sure how, because I mean, I guess that 2x12 will hold. She's a little janky over here. That was only just a cross brace, and she's only fit in there, and a couple of lags holding her in place on this end. Friction fit. And she's bolted it on that side. It'll probably hold. All right, enough talking. All right. Can you see that? She's broke off right there. I'm going to try to get her out of there and see. I don't know. Maybe I can patch that. I don't know how this cover is, whatever. This shield that's on here, maybe I can pull that out, fix that wire, and put something else here. But I still don't see. Do you see what I'm looking at? That's the groove that's supposed to be to hold this thing stationary. Because I really don't know Cub Cadets that well. But it had a bracket from here, from off to the frame someplace, that went in that. And it slid in that to hold that in place. But I don't see any witness marks here of any such bracket. The only thing I do see, as you can see right here, is that divot that's worn from this thing, like whatever, it's been working. See how this goes. I may have to break out the big guns. This thing's kind of a little bit iffy on doing stuff. Yep. Well, okay. And as I thought, that one will be too small, and the one I need is missing. I will be right back. Oh, we don't know. Oh, come here. There you go. All right. Now we're gonna see that. 2 washers got to go on before that clutch. So remind me. Got this clutch all pulled out and set here, and I bench tested it, and the magnet works on that. Now, I don't know if I had you around before when I was testing it. When I bench tested it or not. Don't mind the noise. I'm trying to clear the clutter. Holy smokes. Alright. Get out of my face. Okay. Now, we need to plug. And yeah, of course, it would be trapped. Alright. Come on now. There you are. This is the clutch that, the magnetic clutch. Let go. That actuates that kicks the mower deck in gear. Well, not in gear, but you know what I mean. All right. Now here we'll see. Watch. Listen. So she works, which is beautiful. Only problem is the wire's off here. So this is the original wire that came with it. Now there's a piece missing here, of course, because it got twisted up, bent up, and screwed up. So what I thought about doing, since this works, I priced these, it's anywhere from $130 to $177 for these. You can get them. I didn't try anything used. My buddy's supposed to have one. I don't know, but I'm going to see if this works. If it does, then it'll be good to go. I can get this together and run up to the Cub Cadet guy here up the road and buy a belt and yeah, get properly fisted. But I might be able to get this up and running by tonight, maybe. I got a late start on it. I need to see something better than that. There we go. I need to see this, yeah. My idea here was, see that wire off? Broke right off. I was thinking about running a screw in there and putting this to it right here like that. Tighten that right in there. That block seems to be decently tough. I thought about cutting that out and all that, and it just, and then I mean, I still only have a tiny scrap of a wire left in here to try to solder this other piece to, this other tail to it. And I just think it's better. I think this will probably work. I don't know. This thing's a little long. I kind of wanted a little smaller screw. But if I can get that run in there. Let me see if I can find a tiny, I should have tinier screws in this. I don't know though. That's bigger than I thought it was going to be. But point being, what I'm going to try to do is run a screw, a self-tapper right in that block and put that in there. And then maybe I'll even put some GB weld on top of that just for safety case, you know, just for, you know, suspenders and a belt. All right, I will get this around. I'm going to see if I can find a smaller screw. This is just fatter than I thought it was going to be, or fatter than it was on first look. So I'm going to see if I can find some tiny ones. I don't know. I bet I have them here. My biggest problem would be finding them. I will be back. Now, here goes nothing. See what I got here? Yeah, I know. This is hokey as hell, but If it works, it works, right? And let me put on my up-close glasses so I can see what the hell I'm doing. In theory. Hope this doesn't short anything out. We'll give her a try and see so far if she's still working. Okay, so we have connection. Now that I got it started, let me see if I can run this one in. It's a little shorter, plus it's got like a washer on there. Already. You gotta peel that back so she doesn't make connection. Okay, see what we got here? Now, we'll give her another bench test. Alright, we're liking that. Back to what I was doing. Oh, you bugger. Okay. Should have known better than that. Gotta get her in the right position. In. You know, where is it? There it is. All right. I really hate using this, but I'm going to. These are some wretched ass linemen's, but what's it? Well, okay. When you're working with precision stuff like this, you need to break out the good stuff. Those wire strippers I keep here at the bench are questionable at best. Since this is pinched, and I think this should be the right length, good enough, I'm going to cut it off here because that was all smashed to shit. I don't know why they used that guard strap, the bolt. They pinched this under the guard strap bolt. And this hasn't been worked on anywhere to be redone as far as I know. I don't think it's ever been worked on at a dealer or any other mechanic, any mechanic shop, any place. It's been decent the whole time. Really hasn't given us too much problem. Now, should I use these? Or should I solder this? Alright, now I need a little bit of housing to take care of this. Be right back again. let's see what happens here. I don't exactly remember the order of everything, but whatever. You're a steaming pile of turds. Right there and right there. Is that correct? That feels horrible, but whatever. All right. Oh, yeah, dumbass. 1 and 2. A 1 and 2. Come on now. Mother flippin'. There we go. Now, line that up again. Or not. I think that's right. I don't know. What? I don't. All right, there we go. I'm gonna put a little shield on this to make her extra special good. All right, let's see if we can put this guard back in here. You piece of turd. Okay. Yep. Now, right there. And do that. Bring that up over here. Now, I don't know. Nope, there we go. You hear that? Yeah, nothing else after it. All right. So now I got this in this notch. I'm guessing that's where that goes. I don't know how freewheeling this is supposed to spin, but this feels like it's... Well, that won't. Yeah, that's right. That doesn't have to, right? Because there's a brake on here. This will be stationary. This will not be the bearing inside of here, which felt good. The bearing on when the crankshaft comes down and fits into this, and the bearing is spinning constantly. That's how you can get power back to the back wheels. And then when you send power down to this, the clutch grabs, locks this together as one piece, and then this spins, which in turn moves the belt, which in turn moves the blades. Right. All right, now I have to figure out the configuration of the belt for the deck right there. And once I do that, I should be able to slide this back in, cross my fingers, and yeah, rub Buddha's belly and all that happy horse shit, and maybe this will work. Okay, I need to do some stuff, so I will bring you back. Okay, cross your fingers. All right, did a little cutting with this already. Can't tell what you can see because I can't see the screen. But Another bonus feature, it shuts off when you get off of it. All right, there we go. That screw in the clutch worked for now. Seems like it's going to. Rub Buddha's belly, knock on wood, cross your fingers, kiss a rabbit's foot. So I just saved my mother some money. It was almost $100 for 2 belts, but that's better than what it would have been for the clutch too. So maybe we get a few more years out of this. I have to put some air in that tire. That's a little low. All right, well, thanks for watching.